Hi everybody and welcome to the Crafty Maven. This is Felicia and here is the inspiration piece for this week. I love the black and whites in this piece, so I decided to go ahead to continue with the inspiration piece and to use a black and white photo and some black and white designs here on the layout, as well as some black acrylic paint, which you'll see in a little bit. So I had started this before I turned on the camera, so I apologize for that. So all I did was cut out those pieces right there that you see me throw back on there, and then I put a border on that little note card, that 3x4 note card. And that's all I did beforehand. So you only got like 2 minutes or missed 2 minutes. So right now I'm going to go ahead and matte the photo again. And now that I've given it a black outline, I'm going to give it a nice peach. Now this is not orange, this is peach, and for some reason it's showing up on my camera as like an orangey type of deal color, but it's actually a peach color. So I'm not sure why it's coming out like that, but it's okay because in real life it's a really nice peachy color. And so I decided to go ahead and use that with the black and white accents and the photo here. So the photo is of my two grandchildren, and my grandson doesn't seem too happy to have his sister hugging on him, so I thought it'd be a great moment to capture, because when they become adults, oh my goodness, I am going to just show that photo and say, see, remember when you didn't want your sister to hug you? Anyway, so I thought I'd say that. So what I decided to do with this piece here is I decided to go ahead and do my journaling first, because I wanted to get that done and out of the way. And then when I decide to go ahead and put the paint on, you'll see what I mean. Now, when I put the paint on, it's going to look like, oh no, you're destroying it, but I'm actually not. So you'll see here in a little bit. So now I'm getting my journaling out of the way, because I am about to use some of my acrylic paint here to paint something on the background of this paper. Now I go ahead and I put this paper down, but then I forgot I didn't have a square in the middle. And of course, I put adhesive crisscrossed in the back, and it ends up getting stuck to my mat, as you'll see here in a second. But it comes up nicely. See there? So now I'm going to go ahead and add the black acrylic paint, and this is by Golden. This is a heavy-bodied acrylic paint. I'm actually learning a little bit about paints and paint brushes here. I'm using a brush that is for acrylic paint to put this down, and I'm learning the difference between heavy-bodied, medium-bodied, and light-bodied acrylic paint. The heavy-bodied acrylic paint is a lot thicker, and it looks like paste, and so and then the brush that you use to put down with actually helps it spread nicely, and there you have it. And so what I did was I kind of put the paint down, and I kind of lifted it up and pressed down and lifted it up the brush and pressed down and lift up the brush. That way I got that look in the background. So now that I've done that, it looks like I completely destroyed the background, which I was a little concerned about at first. But then once I started putting all the pieces down and getting those pieces where they need to be on the layout here, it started looking a lot better. And I like that look that it has, because it has a nice strong black accents here with the heavy-bodied paint, which helps bring out that photo a lot more, and that's what I was looking for, because the kind of, I guess, the gingham pattern here on the paper, it was kind of like gray and dark. It was light gray and dark gray, but I needed something a little bit more black, other than the two strips I was originally going to put on there. So that worked out well for me. And then once I put it all together and get it all together, it works out even better. Now I'm using this as my title, and these are little acrylic words, and they are from the Felicity Jane kit that I have. And this is from the, okay, don't quote me on it. If I'm wrong, then I'll put a correction, but I think it's the Oh Dear Me kit. And I just like those white acrylic words. I mean, they fit perfect on there, and it brings out in a nice contrast with the black and white, and because they're really white. And then it also helps with it not being so dark and dreary and drab there. So I added a couple of white stars that I had, little die cut stars that I had just laying around. And then I'm going to add some of the sequences that came with the kit, but I'm only pulling out the orange sequences. And so as far as me trying to get everything to match, it kind of, I was like, oh yeah, that's right, I forgot about these. And so I put those a little bit on the stars, kind of offset them, and I spread them around a little bit on the layout here. So I'm spreading them down the bottom, and then I'm putting them at the upper left-hand corner there of the layout here. So I didn't want you to watch me glue all of those down, so I've already glued those down, and now I am adding on one of these flare badges that came in the Felicity Jane kit with some black thread to give it a lot, to carry the black down towards the bottom of the layout there. So now I'm going to add a little bit more black splatters. Now these go on, they're black, and they do dry, and they dry to a more of a charcoal black on this background for some reason, but it still looks good. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and be sure to tune into more of the Crafty Maven with all the other talented ladies, because you're sure to be inspired by everyone's talented work. Have a great and wonderful day, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.